Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short, little unboxing video to share with you guys. This is something really exciting. So, this company reached out to me and said we've got something new that we're doing. We're bringing back a model, but we've altered it and made it something a little bit different. And I'm sure they're watching. I hadn't even really got through half of the message, and I was already like, yes, I definitely want to check it out. So I'm really excited about this. Something to note, if you are watching this on the day that I am uploading it, it's available. So I'll have this linked in the description, the proper links, and they're going to be shipping very, very soon. Like I think within a week of seeing this. And there's multiple versions available, so you can go down into the description and check those links if you want to. Thanks so much to the company who sent this, which we're going to get into here in just a moment. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. It's also worth noting, this did not come with its original packaging because this is very, very new. They're getting the boxes in. If you pick this knife up, I talked with them, you will get like a full-on like box and packaging. It's not going to ship like this one. So anyways, let's see what we got. Oh no, I used the Spyderco and not the obsidian toenail. Oh no, the tradition. Here, just for tradition's sake, there we go. I made it very important and specifically important cut, right? Oh, so this did come with a pouch there. Who is it? It's Tactile. Oh my goodness, yes. All made in the United States. They told me they have a bunch of new equipment. They have improved lock face, geometry, and just like the way that it engages. They have new machines that they're cutting things with. They said their action is improved. They have their sharpeners have like the people who sharpen the knives have honed their skills to a point where they said they're ridiculously confident in their edge geometry and just the general, you know, how sharp they come from the factory. It's interesting to get the details from them. But let's go ahead and open this up. I'll let you guys take a look at it, and we're going to compare it with the most recent version. You were kidding. This is a lot bigger. Oh, I love the size. I love it's even bigger than I thought it was going to be. That's great. I love being surprised. So this is the DLC Flipper Rockwall. Cool. Oh, so cool. Look at this. So here's my thumb stud version. Look at the size difference. That is substantial. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. So nested liner lock, and they told me that it was, sorry, I've got, this is hummus. It's gross. I like hummus. I get it in my face just like that. I'm trying to eat healthy. Hummus and avocado and a bunch of stuff, and it gets under my fingernails. Sorry. Should have washed my hands beforehand. Yeah, pivot action. I will say right off the bat, that is correct. These are fine. This is from years ago, but the pivot action here is, I'm going to say, even for such a small, light blade, look at that. And, hold on now, and, oh, the D10 is so good too, which is important considering this is operated via a flipper tab, a low-profile flipper tab. It's very important that you have the properly tuned detent. Other details they mentioned, they said it was just like compression and tolerances holding in their nested lock, which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if that's the same as the other one. They've kept the same pocket clip. The machining is the same, if not better. I'm wondering if it's slightly more radius. It actually kind of, yeah, it does. The edges look like more radius. So this is DLC and Magna Cut. What HRC? 63 to 64, which is, in my opinion, for this blade geometry and what this knife is likely going to be used for, obviously optimal. That's what we want to see. These are entirely in-house USA small batch. They are going to be expensive, and rightfully so. We cannot hold these to the same standards as Chinese production knives because they cost significantly more to create the way that these things are created. Very, very cool. So I expected to like this. I expected to be positive about it. It's the reason that I said yes to Tactile. It's the reason I say yes to a lot of the companies that I say yes to, and it's because I expect to enjoy their products. But I have to point it out when it's real. When my expectations are exceeded, it is the best feeling. As a content creator who handles so many knives, I feel like I'm going crazy. Most of if it's not indicative by some of my recent content, yeah, it's there's a lot of things that sort of kind of run together. And what would have been considered absolutely mind-blowing 10 years ago is now pretty much par for the course. So the only stuff that stands out is stuff that actually stands out. And the vast majority of the companies that reach out to me that say, do you want to check this out, whether you believe it or not, the vast majority of them I turn down. I either don't know anything about them, or there are certain elements that are indicative of lower quality or just poor manufacturing. I say, no, I'm not interested. Or Temu's been trying to get me to review stuff from their website. I say no to it. The small percentage of stuff that I say yes to, I still expect it to be roughly mediocre. I am hunting for things that I think are special. And so far, I'm really impressed with this. So far, it does feel special. This is simply an unboxing and first impressions. It's not a review. But I do like the lightweight, compact, full titanium nature of this design. I think it's very good. I love this version of the knife, but this version feels superior. I personally am going to opt for a larger one. Like if this knife had originally come in a larger option, I would have opted for that. And I also would have opted for DLC if I had that available to me. This is a full, look at that grip there. Not that I would need to, but I like that I can. Super comfortable, good lock bar access. I really like that. I love your pocket clip. Pretty tight, but I do like it mainly because I'm in athletic shorts right now and that was no problem. Tight, but still not a problem. I like not everybody shares this opinion with me. I like shorter clips because I don't like it when they dig into my hands while I'm using them. This is cool. You get a lot of knife for how lightweight that thing is. I'm going to measure it and then weigh it here real quick. So overall length is it's almost 8 inches. No, it's like 7.95. Blade length, no, not 7 points. I'm going to say it's 7.85. Blade length, 3.35. Cutting edge, slightly over 3.25. Blade stock thickness, it's exactly the same. So, yeah, and look at that there. Nice even cutting bevel. All the way out to the tip. Like the DLC, not chalky, but more matte than reflective. That's fine. Love the texturing. Absolutely love it. Yes, it is a minimalist profile. A lot of people will point out, they'll say, you will crack jokes and make fun of certain minimalist designs, but then, this very obviously minimalist designed tactile Rockwall flipper is somehow different. And to you, I say, yes, because there's more than just long, elongated rectangle handle and standard drop point blade. There's other elements here that just make it really, really cool. I love the flow from the handle to the blade. I love the fact that they've narrowed this up and made this a lightweight, compact tool that still gives you a lot of blade. I also like the additional attention to the lock bar cut out there. It makes it really easy to utilize. I love the little pocket clip. I love all these little tiny details that are within the parameters of that whole minimalist look, but at the same time, it's actually got some personality. There's actually something happening here versus the freaking 2001 Mercury Sable of pocket knives. And if you've never seen that car before, Google it and you'll know what I'm talking about. I just find some of that stuff so boring. To me, there's a huge obvious difference between your run-of-the-mill minimalist designs and your minimalist designs that actually have effort that go into them. So this is really cool. I really thought that they were going to be I thought it was going to be like this. I thought it was going to be just slightly bigger, but this, in my opinion, is actually pretty substantial. Let's weigh both of them here real quick. Where is my scale? Why is my scale? Who is my scale? There it is. Weight. 2.7 ounces. That's ridiculous for ratios. So balance is slightly on the back end of that primary index finger position, but not bad. Overall, 2.7 ounce object, no big deal. 2.7 ounces for 3.3 inches of blade and nearly balanced right behind the pivot is pretty amazing. That is literally under what I call ultra lightweight, 3 ounces or less. the weight of the original, well, not the original, I mean, the thumb stud version. 2.6, so literally a 0.2 ounce difference. Did you guys actually make it thinner? Yes, slightly. How interesting. Yes. Pretty cool. So I think if I'm not mistaken, oh, and also, like, look, we have T8 hardware. How cool. If I'm not mistaken, this is not the original flipper. I think the first version of it was a flipper, and they said that the bearings were, like, not caged. I think this is caged bearings, and new ones are caged bearings. So all the little tiny things that you want, right? Obviously, there are full titanium MagnaCut minimalist designs out there that are going to cost less, that are manufactured in China. This is manufactured in the United States. Small batch in-house. It is going to be more expensive. For people who are wanting the US version of that, they'll pay extra for the US thing. I'm raising my hand. I'm going to do that. I don't, personally, I like knives from all over, but when I can buy a knife from the USA, you know, I'm going to go for it if it's something that I want. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. A few different configurations, DLC, non-DLC, and then some combinations of stuff in between. Really cool. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's very cool. You can expect a full-length review of this knife down the road, but that's going to be it for today. Again, the appropriate links will be down in the description. Thanks so much to Tactile for sending this in. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.